Hello, one and all. It is War with a Mate time with me, James.
Me, Andy.
We are playing the campaign for North Africa. It's a really long board game, and you haven't got it at your house. You can come play it at our house if you want. Andrew's address is...
Okay, a few things. Don't dox me. That's my gimmick.
What a fun gimmick you've got. It's a gimmick that adds a little bit extra time onto my editing sometimes. That's
Also,
good
can't
fun.
help but notice you referred to my house as our house, as if you're trying to subtly claim some ownership.
Well, I think for a good few hours a week it is my house. It's my workspace at the very least. It's my studio. It's my, not happy place. You know, like a rage room where you can like rent it out and smash everything up.
It's not that.
It's like that.
It's 100% not that. Get that out your head.
It's that, but I'm just kind of assessing what I want to break.
Don't assess anything in my house ever again.
Because you've got, like, usually they charge extra for the TV. So it's like, what, is it £20 extra for me to break your TV?
It's your TV.
Oh, this is my TV. I actually donated this to you when I moved house.
Yes.
So I'm allowed to smash this up for free.
No, I've had it long enough. It's mine. Under common law.
Yeah, under common law, though, Rage Room supersedes. It means that it doesn't matter about length of ownership. I can put a hammer through that at my will.
This isn't a rage room.
This table as well.
Absolutely not a rage room.
This table.
What about the table?
The table's going first.
If you tried to destroy that table, you'd break a limb, and it would just, without it moving. This table is tougher than you.
It looks pretty solid.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know. I could probably take it apart.
If I can stand on it to change a light bulb, you can't destroy it.
We sound like the beginning of that army advert, where it's like, if you know how to fix a bike, then you can fix a bigger bike. And if you can fix a bigger bike, you can fix this fighter jet. And if you can fix this fighter jet, you can probably join the army too.
So it's a prerequisite to join the army to know how to repair planes.
Yeah. Well, you don't want someone to join who can't fix planes.
I'd like them to join the Air Force.
Yeah, well, you do a bit of both. Well, what we do instead, we didn't learn any of those skills. I don't know how to fix a bike, a bigger bike, a jet, or how to join the army. But I presume that it's probably around as complex as it is to play the campaign for North Africa. In fact, we probably have the harder job.
I mean, there's more people doing that one than this one.
That's what I'm thinking. If you look at the numbers, and, you know, I like to look at the numbers.
We're numbers guys.
We're
notoriously data-driven.
I've been crunching the numbers, Andy, and there's more people fixing bikes than there are playing the campaign for North Africa. And I'll prove it to you.
Maybe even by an entire order of magnitude.
I genuinely think it is.
You think up to 20 people are fixing bikes?
So, we've been playing the campaign for North Africa for a little while now. We're now up to turn 5, upstage 2, or I guess the very end of upstage 2 for turn 5. We're staring down the barrel of upstage 3 of turn 5, which means we are nearly done with the penultimate turn of our practice run, a 6-turn practice run. 18 months in the making, Andy.
It flies by so fast.
We have different perceptions of time. You've got time blindness.
I won't argue with you.
And I bet if I spoke to your optician, they'd probably say you have just normal, mundane blindness.
Bad eyes. I don't think the tail was blind.
Well, you know, they'd probably embellish it. You know what opticians are like.
Notorious braggarts.
Always after those cash monies. What we're after, though, is, a bit of organisation. And that's what we had to do today. Truck day.
After the highs of a very intense combat, it's the sort of crash-out hangover of a truck day.
Yeah, and you always have to have that, just to mellow us out a little bit. Remember, you know, where we came from, which is that this is a board game that's mostly spreadsheets.
Yes.
Can't
let us forget it.
It's just moving stuff around, and occasionally those things will bash into each other and fight.
And then spreadsheets will change.
Yeah. This whole game is just a means to make the spreadsheets change so that my spreadsheets have more things in them than yours. If I'm boiling the game down to its simplest form, that is what is happening.
Yeah.
And today I moved around some of my trucks in familiar places. I moved my trucks around the Bardia to Brook Spot, to the men around there that are taking a battering from your guys, replenished their packs, their stores, their warders, mostly their ammos though. Ammo, big one. I will be, of course, focusing on stores next upstage, because that's the big one for the end of a turn.
Yes.
Need to make sure they're full of food. They've got some food left over, but I'd like to make sure they have enough food to not starve. I've neglected to do that for most of the game, so I thought, why not
end on a high?
Make that change. Be the change you want to be, Andy. I want to get rid of world hunger, so I'll start small with a fictional game. I guess the game's not fictional. Nor is the event it's based on. It's actually like,
the way ours has played out is
the way ours has played out. It's some sort of fever dream of what history could have been if the Italian forces were more unequipped.
And the British were not well led.
I mean,
they were in real life.
So, all in all, it's been a fairly straightforward day for me. And I would hazard to say that it's the same for you.
Yep. It's the same supply line I've used for slightly more of it. It has extended. So we've now got the City Barani supply dump, and then that southern one, and then I had to supply the second New Zealand, who were pincering your 63rd.
Yeah, although, do remember, if you can't remember the names of the units immediately, then you don't win anymore. You're actually disqualified.
I did.
Yeah, you hesitated, though. So that's a DQ in my book.
Well,
thanks for playing.
We'll take it to the umpires.
There's no umpires.
The Court of Officials.
The Court of Officials is SBI, and I'm pretty sure the company disbanded in the early 2000s.
There's no way of knowing that.
There is. I've actually done a bit of research, so...
Get a load of this guy.
Yeah, I've got the access to the internet, and it's not restricted at all. Apart from, I guess, any of the sites in the UK that are
restricted,
considered adult sites.
Yeah.
So that can be, I guess, anything that's a rude website or anything with political content, because they decided that's adult content. A little fun political point for you if you're in or out of the UK. That's what they did here. Yep. Wild. Not a decision I would make, but I can't be used as the the arbiter of what is a good decision and what isn't. I'm playing this game.
Yeah, in fact, you denouncing that has actually made me rethink. Maybe it was a good idea.
I'm not the antithesis of good ideas.
You're close enough that when you align on something, I'll at least check it out again. I'll give it another look just to see.
Oh, all right. I'm going to use this against you. I'm going to gaslight you into
doing loads of research and becoming a well-rounded person. Joke's on me.
No, I'm not going to do that. I don't want you to become that.
There you go.
I don't want you to become better than me.
Like I'm not now.
No, right now we're pretty much equal squeakles.
It's important that you think that.
I'm looking down on you from my ivory tower. You can tell it's truck day.
Yeah.
Just talking absolute nonsense. Oh, but we did roll weather.
Yes, I will say, are you doing your... I guess we've got a bit of talk about it. Supply-wise, you just said you're doing your store resupply on Upstage 3.
Yeah, well, for the most part.
Is that how you've been doing it?
I gave a few guys some stores last upstage because I had a few trucks available to do that, and my holdout operation isn't too ammo consuming because usually you wipe out a bunch of guys, and I'm like, well, if I keep them there, they'll get smashed, so what's the point in committing all of the ammo anyway?
Yes.
I'd rather have them there for 5 fights using a quarter of their ammo than using, all of the ammo over and over and just absolutely wiping them.
Yeah, I get you.
So there's no point in committing the whole thing. There's no point in trying hard, is what I'm saying.
Okay, nice.
So, yeah, I gave them some food, so that on the off chance they do survive through to the next op stage, or next turn rather, it means that they can actually fight of their own volition rather than just on the defensive.
Yeah. I'm just not sure for the main game where I'll try and get it, get it just back on turn 1 so I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, do it on op stage 1 so that nothing can interrupt it on the final op stage.
Or can I be confident enough in my supply lines that I will be able to supply these guys in 2 op stages?
I mean, I'd love if you tried that, because that means that I have the opportunity to disrupt it in the final hour of every single turn. That would work nicely for me.
So I guess you've answered that question for the main game.
Yeah, I fear that's probably what you're going to try and do in the coming op stage.
Yep.
But to do that, you kind of have to go to the places you'd be going anyway.
Yeah.
You either have to strike a lot of trucks that are in cities, or you have to get past my line of men, at which point the supply lines don't really matter, because my men are going to die anyway. If you've got past them, they're dead.
That's a good assessment.
I'm a realist, Andy.
Well, it's good as one of us.
I'm also a Virgo.
What's that?
It means I haven't done sex.
No, what animal are you?
Virgo is, because Leo's a lion. Virgo is like a beetle. I don't know. That doesn't sound right.
There's quite a range on them, though.
Yeah, I mean,
I think I'm a centaur.
You've got crabs. You've got centaur. You've got twins. You've got.
That one's odd.
Well, hang on.
Because I do like them putting twins up with magical creatures.
And then crab.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a weird eclectic mix. It feels like it's, you know, when a novel series gets taken over by a different author partway through.
Oh, and the lore like
changes.
spirals, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's happened with star signs. I feel like they started kind of mundane. It's like, oh, you got a crab. I don't know. Let's get a little bit wacky. We'll go twins. Fuck it, centaur.
I need to get out of here.
Biblically accurate angels.
That's not one of them.
That would be a good one, though.
Yeah.
It's a bit like the idea of the 13th month. I think that should be introduced.
Well, and they're all... What are they if you do that? It's all 28 or something.
28 days across 13 months. Every month would have 28 days. The 13 months. Yeah. I propose the 13th month is called Caesar.
No.
Yeah, I think that works with the whole...
He's already got one.
No.
Why are you giving him 2 months?
I just feel like it ties in
Why
with the theme of calendars.
Why don't you call it Andrew?
Cool. You were so close to being able to make a point that wasn't self-absorbed.
After St. Andrew, the Scottish one.
The Scottish one. Tell me anything more about him. A third fact alongside his name and... Oh! Yep, there it is.
The Fruit Zone.
Okay, what we looking at?
Peach or pear?
Oh, peach. Pears are shit.
Peach.
The Fruit Zone.
All right. Name a third fact about St. Andrew.
Damn it. You can't hound me like that through the fruit segment.
Doesn't matter. That won't get my mind off of the fact that you just brought up Prince Andrew. St.
I
Andrew.
didn't.
St. Andrew.
Whoa.
St. Andrew.
Chill.
Yeah, I don't want to bring that vibe onto the podcast.
Yeah, I just didn't mention him at all.
Oh.
But anyway, little common ground there. We can argue about the month name, but let's change the calendar a bit. Doesn't also mean you get like a free day spare for like a big New Year's party.
Yes, New Year's Day is its own day. Sweet. It's separate to the rest of the year, which makes sense because everything's switched off anyway that day. It just means my birthday would move.
Aww.
Probably end up in a shit month.
Would it move at all?
We would have to.
I guess.
No, not I guess. I'm just telling you that it does move.
Oh yeah, you might be earlier in the year. I won't say your birthday.
I guess, thanks. They know I'm a Virgo, so run with that. Or that's a bit of an obfuscation. It's all bullshit.
It's protecting your ID.
You know what else is bullshit, Andy?
What?
The fact that you ruled the weather.
Oh yeah.
And what did you get?
I got a cheeky little sandstorm.
A sandstorm. And we checked this time. It is definitely a sandstorm. We've made this mistake before. Not a rainstorm. It is a sandstorm. And
but it's fine because it's localized.
It is. It's localized on 2 maps. What maps are those, Andy?
A and B.
A and B, which is my pair of maps on the left of the game map. Andy, how does it feel to be the worst guy in the room?
Awesome.
Well, I'm glad someone's having fun with that because staring at you right now, it's unpleasant because of the glibness.
Well, we've discussed it's one of my traits.
Yeah, I know. It's
one of my
radiating.
moods. Sorry, not a trait.
One of your moods. One of these days, the fact that we've got the celebrity on the couch there and you're the worst person in this room, that says a lot. Because I've had it with that guy.
He's personally annoying at worst, but he's a national treasure.
National treasure for which country?
Let's not get too specific.
That's a good point. You know what? He's going to be the first thing I break in this raid room.
That's fine. I want him out.
Well, he's long past the 27 club, so he won't even be famed for that.
Giving too much info.
Oh, we're really narrowing down who this guy is.
We're going to accidentally narrow it to a specific guy.
No one's guessed who he is. No one's got in touch. I know who he is.
Tried.
Good. It's a weird bit.
Yeah, let's not. So, how are you feeling for turn 5, upstage 3, general, going into it?
Well, let me think. You're going first by your own choice. That's generous. And there's a sandstorm on maps A and B, so I can't fly any of my shit because you've taken away my fighters in Fort Madalena. I am on the back foot combat-wise, and I won't be able to pin any of them with airstrikes. So, pretty bad. How are you feeling?
Good, for all those reasons.
Yeah, I thought you might mirror that.
And some other ones.
Oh, please share.
No, they're like plan reasons.
Right, cool. This is great content.
Nah, I think I'm really going to go for you next time.
I know. I presumed.
It's been a lot of fun.
What, beating me in the game? Yeah. Well, so far, bearing in mind, I'm the only one who's hit a win condition. So right now, I've still got a bueno on the go.
You've got one. It's going to taste bad. It's going to taste like ash in your mouth. Because you're going to know you haven't earned it.
I'm not Barbosa cursed with Aztec
your
gold.
Fields of dead toe.
And when Alexander looked across his domain, he wept, for he had lost at the campaign for North Africa practice scenario.
We'd probably beat him at that.
Probably, because he doesn't have any dice.
Yeah.
So, he's also dead.
Doesn't know anything about tanks.
He doesn't have the rulebook.
What a rubbish commander.
He doesn't even have the game. Having the game is a very rare feat. We've already done far more than he ever accomplished.
Yeah.
That guy.
I've also not cried at beaches that often either.
Why did I just get a Teams notification on my laptop? I don't have... I don't do Teams on my laptop. Sorry, I don't do Teams. That made me sound like such a boomer.
This is a check-in. Is it telling you that you've just currently paid for another month or year?
No, I did cancel that. I cancelled that the day of the subscription renewing.
Well done.
That was back when we had our pal Hewitt on, a devoted listener, and so devoted he sent me several reminders to cancel the subscription after we had the call with him for the audio mailbag, and I ignored it. I didn't heed the advice. I didn't heed your advice, and I waited until the day of. So I only got billed, I think it was like £180 or whatever.
That's...
So a lot of money. Was close. But I'm safe, I'm free. So I don't know why Teams did that. Maybe they're trying to get in touch with us to let us know that we have important mail, Andy. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's a message from beyond, a message from the mailbag.
Perhaps.
Let's have a little look inside. We can always lean on the mailbag on a truck day. Get some words from our listeners, because we have very few to say ourselves.
Got some words for you.
All right, who's first?
Athan, 2 common grounds, both alike in dignity. That's the subject.
And I'm sure we ever have dignity and common ground, so this will be interesting.
Yes. Hello, Andy and James. The podcast being done in person is very interesting to me, not least because I am in need of evidence that I am not entirely fabricating the podcast.
Well, speaking of that, Athan, if you're listening to this episode the day it comes out, it will probably be either the day of, the day before, or the day after the live show. So that will very much depend on...
Let that dictate your actions accordingly.
Yeah, I guess either thanks everyone for attending, or we'll see you soon.
For the most common ground, half a house, EP 70, I have 2 comments. This is a solution that would not work.
Thank you.
To a problem that has already been solved. The solution doesn't work because the cost of building a house is mainly in getting the land, not in the materials or labour. So the plot size being unaffected would impede it. And the pre-existing solution is one used in early post-war social housing, though it's understandable you don't know about it as the history segments haven't got that far yet, where estates would be built with a range of housing options so a person could live there their entire lives in the same estate, changing house as needed but remaining in the community. Yes.
There's 2 bits I like about that. The first is being vindicated that you had a bad idea, because that's one of my common grounds, Andy, that... No.
I think that was one midway through. I was like, I thought the houses looked cool, and then when I was going through the various options, I was like, this isn't...
There's nothing worse than when you start a common ground and realize halfway through you're arguing for something you don't believe in anymore. So there's that, and there's also a fun little nugget in there that Athan mentioned that we haven't yet got to that part of the history segment, so we won't know, which indicates Athan is concerned we don't know anything unless it's mentioned in the history segment. And when it comes
is he that wrong?
I was just about to say, when it comes to history, that is actually pretty accurate. So there's a lot of stuff about World War II that, unless it's been covered so far, I probably won't know about it. My fear is that people may think that applies to all parts of life, and I'm not too sure that's wrong. I'm learning a lot of stuff in history segments, Andy, so if you could really speed it up to, like, financial management or emotional maturity, that would be great.
We're not getting there, I'm afraid.
We've got, like, 20 years.
I haven't got to World War II.
You're afraid fucking around with the past.
You're afraid people will talk to you like you don't know anything. I do the history segment, and people will be like, "Oh, can we talk about World War II history?" And I'll be like, "Can we please talk about the Ottomans?"
Isn't your podcast about a World War II board game?
I know a bit about the Siege of Venice.
Yeah, that's a good point. We have a bad rep in that sense.
For we need more specific words, episode 64.1 from a few weeks ago. I particularly agree. I'm aromantic and find it hard to express the emotion I hold for people because love is so broad in its meaning, but it's narrow in its commonly used meaning, referring almost exclusively to romantic sexual love. That it doesn't describe the love that I feel, and using adjectives on it makes it feel weaker. I would also like to suggest a few examples for the other problems you rose.
Well, first of all, the love side of things, that is a perfect example of what I was talking about. And I'm pretty sure I mentioned it in the episode about...
The Greek one.
Yeah, the Greek...
Yeah, because I think it was and then you brought the Greek stuff up, yeah.
Yeah, like Eros is the sort of sexual, erotic love.
Yeah. Philia is your bros.
Yes.
Agape's love of, like, God or a more just sort of broad general love, depending.
Yes, you've got a few different definitions there, but I guess using those now in contemporary speech would probably feel a bit jarring.
I feel like if you dropped an agape or I really feel you, bro, people will be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, we need to contemporize things for the likes of Ethan, for people where you need to use these words.
Yeah,
because right now the current ones are the dog shit.
Let's put some context on powerful words.
Yeah, exactly. Powerful words should be able to sway in the direction that they're heading. They're not a sledgehammer, they should be a scalpel. Cut deep.
So here's some suggested scalpels for other problems we brought up.
Let's see the scalpels.
Distaste or being averse to for the unoperative / uninteractive dislike. E.g., I have a distaste for celebrity of your choice, so I won't watch film they appear in. As it is fittingly weak for the effort you put into disliking them.
You hear that, celebrity on the couch? I have distaste for you.
And I'm averse to you.
I'm averse to you being here.
I do like the thing of use the weaker word because it does reflect not the level of distaste, but the level of effort you're willing to put into the distaste.
Yes, I like the semantics within that of it's
because it's like if you say like, you actually go, I hate you, it should have an implied thing of like, oh, so you dislike me enough to act on it. Yeah,
hate's like an active thing.
Yeah.
You have to really think about hating someone.
Enmity for operative, uninteractive dislike, e.g., this politician is my enemy because they support a policy that harms you, as enemy is impersonal but still represents potential danger you might be in.
I like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Enmity is a great word that I think the only other context in life that I tend to use that is vow of enmity in D&D.
Yeah, and I think it works for that kind of dislike because I always think of enmity as it's like a long-standing, it's not like a flash.
Yes.
It's like you've got enmity for something. You don't feel enmity in the moment necessarily.
It always feels sort of dutiful in a way. It's almost a committed.
Which I'm now thinking, is that because it's been associated with paladins in my head by D&D?
Could be. Yeah, that might just be because I play that game too much. that might not actually be at all to do with its relationship with the word.
And we've got despise for operative and interactive. E.g., I despise personal work. They're always doing something infuriating, as it is harsh enough for a personal relationship. I am and shall endeavour to remain your most subtle, humble and brave servants, Athan. Thanks, Athan. Some really good options there.
Yes, that is that's a really good list. That is exactly the kind of stuff I was talking about. That is a perfect breakdown. So thank you very much for that. You've really struck that chord perfectly. So I have enmity for any word that doesn't fit within these kind of categories. And I have...
It's causing you harm?
It's, yeah.
Okay, then yeah.
It's causing me harm, because when I hear stuff like that, you know what? Actually, I despise them. I have a personal relationship with this...
With words.
With words, I do. I'm immediately misusing the ones that have been presented by Ethan. But, you know, c'est la vie. I'm a fickle man. And some despise that. But, thank you. Very good email, Ethan. And it's always good to be vindicated that Andy had a bad idea. Next up, we have Nova, who writes brilliant podcast. We've got another incorrect email, Andy. Another one destined for another podcast. I jest. We're pretty fun guys. Nova writes, "Hey there, James and Andy. I don't know if you've actually received a mail yet. I'm only on episode 14, but until now you've only ever cried about not receiving mail." Yep. Early throes of the podcast. Well, Nova, this was sent a little while ago by you now, so you've probably caught up and realised that we have, but probably not caught up to this one yet, unless you're really hammering the episodes. I wanted to thank you two. First, I always wanted to play this game. Once tried starting with my mom, but we gave up after giving the rules a rough read, so still getting the chance to finally experience it in some way is great. Well, we're glad you managed to live vicariously through us, because I wouldn't expect this to be a very fun child and mother bonding experience.
It's certainly a tight and lasting, in terms of like a parent-child hobby. It's like, well, you're definitely going to be seeing them a lot for a long time.
I guess it depends on the age, because I feel like it's definitely something a kid could be into at like maybe 13, 14, just a real solid interest of theirs, and then they grow out of it.
Well, you might need to go through some fallow years. It's like, you start out and then they're like, I hate you, I want to go hang out with my friends. And then they get into like mid-20s again and they're like, oh, you guys are kind of alright. Let's play that game again.
Let's restart the game. And the parent whose frontal lobe was developed the whole time does not want to get back into it. And, well, you're quite helping me with my depression. I do have a severe depression phase right now, and my 20-year-old cat had a stroke and isn't doing too well either. I'm sorry to hear that, Nova. That is really shit. 20 years old, that's good going for a cat. That is...
Yeah, it's a
solid cat. Having you two to listen to makes me feel way less lonely without having to put in the energy to actually spend time with a person, which is hard enough with my uni classes. So now me and my cat are sitting on the kitchen floor listening to you two and both quite enjoying it. Well, it seems we've tapped into the feline community as well. So
just don't let them listen to, was it episode like 9? Whereas then all cats have to go out. Don't let your cat listen to that one.
Oh, about them becoming municipal property.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was around this episode, so we
sorry,
might
not get
Nova's
another
cat.
email. There might be a sort of logic bomb in the series for cat people where they jump off.
Yeah, Nova's cat might actually be against us now, so apologies if that is the case. But I'm glad to hear you found a bit of fun in this, because we like it to be lighthearted nonsense, so if anyone gets a bit of a kick out of that, then that's really good news for us. We're glad to provide that. I'm looking forward to catching up on the rest. Who knows? Maybe you're going to be so amazed finally getting a mail you even say it on the podcast. But I won't find out until a few weeks when I work my way through. Continue having lots of fun gaming, and don't worry, listening to all the other stuff you guys ramble on about is as fun as the actual game reports. You're naturals at this podcasting stuff. Cheers and all the best. A sophisticated wargamer and serious student of history from over in Ireland. Well,
thank you very much.
Some very dear compliments in there, which is astounding that you think we're naturals at this in those first few episodes, because we constantly get the feedback that contradicts that. But it's nice to hear something balancing that out a bit. I know this first few weren't for everyone.
I think they're real Marmite in the first.
They are. They really were a different game altogether.
It's so different from what it turns into. It's like
what's actual segmented, structured conversation. Today hasn't really been much of that, because
I feel like truck days are a bit of a flashback.
They are. But it's great that you've had fun with it, Nova, and we'll certainly be continuing. We've read out the mail, and we will not be stopping this anytime soon. The gameplay, or I guess the tangents. So you've got the best of both worlds these days, Nova, and I hope you and your feline friend are doing just fine. Hopefully you've got up off this kitchen floor, though. That sounds like an uncomfortable place to listen to this. Of all the places. Go on a commute, maybe. That's more suited for this long-form storytelling. That's what this is, a beautiful narrative. which is held put together every week by you fine folk who send things in. You can email us at info@warwithamate.co.uk. Our Instagram is warwithamate.co.uk, which we update weekly. And our website is just other way around. warwithamate.co.uk is the website.
Yeah.
Instagram is just warwithamate.
There you go.
Wow. That's bad. You don't put .co.uk at the end of an Instagram, James, you idiot. I'm scrapping the podcast. I'm not doing any more episodes. No more tangents. It doesn't go on forever. It's all over.
You've really taken that badly.
I don't take constructive criticism well, even
No
if it's
one
from
even
myself.
That was internal.
I know, that was dangerous, wasn't it?
This wasn't particularly constructive.
Well, what will be constructive is, that's a bad tangent, it won't be. We have a live show, our first live show. There's a very good chance that this episode is coming out the day of, or maybe the day after. So
I guess
it's
there's
a
no
toss-up.
point plugging it.
It's a toss-up, but 30th of May is our live show. It's at the UK Games Expo, Birmingham, 4:30. I think Dice Room, Piazza Suite 4. So come along. If you've got a ticket to the expo, you can come along. If you're listening to this wandering around the expo, hurry, it's about to start. It's starting in 5 minutes. It's finished 10 minutes ago.
Because they paused it to try and get there.
They paused it 10 minutes ago. Or, thanks for coming last week. It was a great time. That was our first live show. That was like 2 years ago. And it was good, but since then we've had much bigger ones. That one pales in comparison.
Or, we're really sorry, we won't do it again. Edit this episode according to how you think we did.
Or, Andy was a dear friend, but of course the snowmobile accident that left him unable to talk.
Care about the game.
Oh, you've had some sort of positive head injury.
It was near death, and I'm wasting so much time on this.
It doesn't sound like you need that experience to realize that. It seems like you've had a bit of an epiphany.
I really need, severe physical trauma to, get the epiphany in.
Well, in that case, I'm going to prevent you from having any sort of epiphany by handing the reins over to you, Andy, and delving straight into a history segment.
Let's get into it. The men of the long-range desert patrols were quite a sight on their return to Cairo from a month's trip to Libya. The contrast between the east and west of the Nile is very marked. In the east, the country... At this point, I gave little thought to my future, but had always been interested in boats in the sea. I am more or less in the position of a captain in command of a ship, which is on the point of sinking because errors are present.
We are absolutely not qualified to share views on history. So, Andy, where and when are we?
We have just finished the July crisis. World War I started.
Oh, things really did fall off the wagon a bit there.
Yes, and we were going to talk about how the Ottomans got involved in World War I.
Yes, because that was an interesting one. They had no real reason to get involved at all at this stage. They could have let this kind of fizzle out and maybe come up on top. Might be a bit difficult, but they could have certainly not ceased to exist.
Yeah, but we'll zoom in on why they did. But to do that, we're going to talk about a German boat in particular, a ship who, in the words of Winston Churchill, led to more slaughter, more misery, and more ruin than has ever before been born within the compass of a ship. So, not good.
No, that's of descriptions of boats, I've heard that, and that's only second to the unsinkable Titanic.
Yes. We talked a bit about this chase in the ABC series.
Oh, yes.
But we're going to go into more detail on it now. Arrow sent in some stuff, in particular a document called The Chase, Guyobin in the Mediterranean 1914 by Richard Howe. So thanks, Arrow. A lot of this is based off.
Big up, Arrow.
Yes. So World War I kicks off with the July crisis, which leads to its official start date on the 28th of July 1914, with people drifting into the party over the next few weeks. It'll be known as the Great War at the time. This was a staggering fact to me. Part of the reason this is so global is because of European colonialism. At the start of the 20th century, the European powers controlled 83 to 85% of the world's surface.
That's insane.
With the major holdouts being the Ottomans, China, and Japan.
Surface, are we including oceans?
No, because I guess you can't really...
Yeah, so we're talking about just landmass.
Yes, but also
I'm guessing
these colonial powers were naval powers. So you could say they owned the entire ocean if you wanted to, between Britain, Spain, the Dutch.
I was wondering if there was like portions of the ocean that are factored into that. And again, I'm being pedantic here. What about the Arctic? Is that included in the 17% that they don't hold, or is that excluded?
Ooh, I didn't see if it was like populated.
Yeah, because I'm not sure, because that 83% is impressive regardless.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, like, is the only areas that we're talking about, is
Like-
it including land masses that are just kind of non-land masses anyway?
Well,
So-
in Africa, the only there's two non-European like countries out, Ethiopia and I think one other. Mm-hmm. So to give you a sense of,
It's most of Africa.
Ethiopia in Africa is
The only place that's been spared.
So yeah, we're going to zoom in on a ship. We've mentioned the Goeben, a German battleship, one of the most dangerous ships on the ocean at the time. Early World War One is the peak of battleships. The incoming spread of submarines and aircraft carriers will sort of reduce them from the pinnacle of naval might and status symbols to more of a support role. But at this time, these are the big boys on the ocean.
Yeah.
So we're in the Mediterranean on the 4th of August, which is the day war would be declared between Germany and Britain. It's in an interesting state because for the first few days of August, like everyone knows war's coming, but it's not started as a shooting war yet.
Okay.
So on the 2nd of August, the British Admiralty gives the order to shadow the Goeben.
Right.
So the Goeben's commanded by Rear Admiral Wilhelm Souchon, who has standing orders to either conduct raids on the French Navy, which is returning French troops that are desperately needed from North Africa to Europe, because it's by this point they've started fighting. The Germans are like pushing into
Yes.
through Belgium into France. He's highly respected in the Navy. But he's untested in war. The Germans haven't had like a major naval conflict since they started getting their navy like world class.
Oh, so this is their first tour in.
Yeah, so you've got a lot of like very impressive ships, like discipline, but no one's like fought a naval battle at this point for the Germans. Or if they have, they're like minor.
Maiden voyage.
Yeah. But yeah, he's a respected seaman and leader. And on the other side of the equation is Sir Admiral Archibald Berkeley Milne, who's in charge of the fleet at Malta in the West Mediterranean. He's indecisive and lazy, but he happens to be personal friends with King George V, and his command before being in charge of the Western Mediterranean British fleet was being the captain of the royal yacht. So
It's not what you know, it's who you know.
indeed, because he was also close enough friends with the Queen that she affectionately referred to him as Arky Barky.
Oh, that would be such a confident hit for me. If
Like,
I was friends
imagine
with the Queen,
you're I was thinking you're an experienced like naval officer, but you're not up to being admiral yet. I was like, who's the new guy coming in?
it's Arky
It's
Barky.
Arky Barky, the Queen's friend.
Yeah,
It's like,
that's why I'd be like, this
oh,
is-
shit. Like,
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, people are going to think I'm such a wanker.
yeah. So he leveraged his like aristocratic connections to get this post. The first Sea Lord at the time, Winston Churchill, accepts the appointment to this command as Commander-in-Chief of the Mediterranean Fleet in an effort to curry favour with the king.
Curry flavour.
Curry flavour, yeah.
Curry flavoured noodles. So that's where Super Noodles got their idea.
They're part of this, yeah. No, he's just sucking up to the king.
Oh,
Admiral Fisher, who is the Sea Lord before Churchill,
that's a good name for a sea lord.
oh yeah, describes this appointment as a betrayal to the Navy.
This appointment's a disappointment.
Yeah. So this is like Churchill trying to get favour, and then the Navy are like, you've really put a lot of us in like a bad situation. Fuck you. So on around midnight on the 3rd of August, Admiral Souchon receives new unexpected orders that he's to go east, not west, and to make for the currently neutral port of Constantinople. Yes.
Interesting. I can see the pieces coming together here.
Yeah. He's still being shadowed hours later when the British send an ultimatum to the Germans on the morning of the 4th, demanding they withdraw from Belgium immediately or it'll be war. So it's on its way to rendezvous with another battle ship, the Breslau, and at 10:30 a.m., 2 British battle cruisers, the Indomitable and the Indefatigable, caught up to the Gibbon. And at one point, the ships left less than 5 miles apart, traveling basically in line at high speeds. And this ultimatum's hanging in the air. They'll be at war by the end of the day.
Oh, that's a tense boat ride.
Oh, yeah. But both sides keep their turrets straight and don't make any moves other than the German ship occasionally trying to change course to lose them, and the British keeping the distance. So despite appearances for these ships, none of them are at their peak. They've all got wear and tear. The Indomitable once crossed the Atlantic at over 25 knots for most of the journey, and it can now only get up to 23 knots for very short bursts.
Oh, so it lost a real bit of steam then.
Yeah, and staying power for a chase.
Yeah, you want to be able to stay consistent for a chase.
Yeah. Well, Goeben is in even worse shape as it's been rushed to sea, and then it's never had quite enough time to get fully repaired each time it gets refitted. So last time it left port, they estimated it having a capability of only 18 knots. Now, he knows that Germany aren't withdrawing from Belgium. He's being followed by 2 cruisers, so he essentially is basically, I have until the ultimatum expires to get out of here.
This is tense.
Yeah. So, in theory, the Goeben should have been unable to lose the British, but Souchon drove his men and his ships past their limits. The stokers are shoveling coal into furnaces while pipes are exploding around them, filling the entire lower decks of the ship with scalding steam. 4 people will be burned to death.
What the fuck?
While they're just getting coal in, and then the boiler will explode and we'll move on to the next boiler, while engineers are trying to keep the ship literally together around them.
So there's just people burned to death lying around the ship while they're powering through. Maybe they didn't die instantly, but
yeah,
that's
severe burns for basically everyone on the lower decks.
That's horrible. God, it makes me feel a lot better about the hot weather this week. Jesus.
But it does work, despite the issues with keeping the ship together and the physical injuries. The speed of the ship eventually reaches 22 knots before creeping up to 24. By 7 p.m., 7 hours before the expiration of the ultimatum, the British ships start to lose sight of the Goeben as it goes beyond out of view, except for a single light cruiser called the Gloucestershire, which is keeping up with it and reporting back on its movements as it heads east. So it has a brief refuel at an Italian port, because at this point the Italians are technically neutral. So the British aren't allowed, they're saying don't go within 6 miles of the Italian coast to their guys to not kick things off.
Yeah, you don't want to draw more countries in.
But Germany is technically part of the Triple Alliance with Italy, so they can refuel. So there's also this diplomatic issue with them catching the ships.
As of all of these things seem to have, it's all just a mess of treaties that aren't really upheld.
No, until they're given a lot of reverence and treatment until a powerful guy wants to break them, and then they're not worth nothing.
Let's hope that doesn't happen in the modern day.
No, that wouldn't. So at this point of the chase, Admiral Milne, who's based in Malta in the West Mediterranean, he hands the problem off to an Admiral Trowbridge, whose fleet stationed in the entrance to the Adriatic. What they suspect at this time is they think that the Goeben's going to turn up the Adriatic and try to get to an Austrian port in Bosnia. But and while it's doing all this, the Gloucestershire is continuing to tail this battleship. And instead of heading into the Adriatic, the ship turns southeasterly. So if this is they're ever going to intercept this ship, it kind of has to be now. Admiral Trowbridge sends 4 armoured cruisers to turn south against the complaints of his second-in-command, who's reported to say, "Are you going to fight, sir? asking Ray, greatly troubled, it'll likely be suicide. To give you an alternative view of all this, this is a view from ABC, who's also involved in the chase.
Yeah.
That night, we joined Admiral Trowbridge's 4 cruisers, and soon after the midnight of the 6th to the 7th, we all altered course south and went at 19 knots, which was about our full speed. We heard later that this was because the Goeben and the Breslau had altered course to the southeast. We were steering to cut them off, and during the night had a signal from the defence saying that the squadron would probably be in action at 6 a.m., which thrilled us to the marrow. So he's excited. He's chomping at the bit here to get into it.
Yeah, 2 conflicting accounts there. Different vibes on these ships.
Yeah. This is also where a logistical issue does crop up for them, which is basically the coal ships they would would kind of be like expected to be waiting for them so they can like go refuel and keep going.
Yeah.
They've been sent to the wrong port, Vaffy.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of coal like thousands of kilometers away from where it should be. So that is why they start to lose these ships, partially. But also there's the Goeben might have been able to take out these 4 cruisers if they got into a fight. Like, technically the cruisers had more like tonnage of weapons and broadside and stuff.
Yeah.
But this is one of the big ones. So it's interesting. And then eventually Trowbridge, reportedly in tears when he does this, calls off the chase, much to his second-in-command, Ray's relief, who comments, "That's the bravest thing you've ever done in your life." They would both be court-martialed for this.
Okay. I guess that's why he's in tears then.
As would Admiral Mill. They were cleared of wrongdoing, but the 2 admirals would never serve in command again.
Oh, God.
Of Ray, Vice Admiral Hamilton, who was part of the court-martial, had this to say: "I am of the opinion that nothing more should now be done in the matter, except that Captain Ray should also remain unemployed, as it is decidedly dangerous to have an officer of his opinions in a responsible position."
We shouldn't do anything else, but this guy should never work a day in his life again.
Despite this, he will be in command of a ship in the Mediterranean by 1915.
So the court-martial didn't get quite what they wanted in that.
I think it's sort of a case of like, we're a year into this war now, we need.
Yeah, we can't just sideline guys because of this whoopsie.
That was really the last opportunity the British had to stop the Goeben. The chase continued, but they never really got closer. Souchon used feints and bluffs, sailed in like complete dark at night, and avoided any more major issues. Despite some potential friction as the Goeben and the Breslau pull up to the Dardanelles, they're welcomed through the strait and to Constantinople as honoured guests. An important piece of context here as well is when Franz Duke Archferdinand died, the British claimed 2 ships they'd been making for the Ottomans, and were like, well, there's going to be a war, so we're going to keep these, which particularly pissed off the Ottoman people, because when the budget didn't reach enough to cover the ships, subscriptions from like taverns, local libraries, cafe, like the public were like, we need these battleships, we'll fund it. So they didn't just take it off the Ottoman government. It was like, we've directly taken this off the Ottoman people.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So the Germans have just stolen 2 ships from the Ottomans, 2 German battleships, both of which outclassed the ships they would have received from the British, have just pulled in. On the 11th of August, Wilhelm Souchon will become the leader of the Ottoman Navy. The 2 ships will fly Ottoman flags, and the German soldiers will be equipped in fezzes.
That's
because they're
fashionable.
part of the Ottoman Navy now. There's quite a good picture of a bunch of like gruff-looking German sailors all wearing fezzes for like an official picture. It's quite good.
You can imagine that. It's like, well, you've got the ship. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
You do have to wear this fez, though.
Because you are technically part of the Ottoman Navy. This is not the end of this ship's story by any means. It will continue. But this is... Yeah, I thought the chase was quite exciting through the Med. And also, yeah, Ottomans get 2 battleships. British have nicked 2. And Ottomans aren't even in the war yet, but it's coming.
I mean, the fezzes are.
Yes.
I guess they're on the offense.
But I do like the thing of like, well, we're just going to put an Ottoman flag up and give the guys on it fezzes, but we're not going to we're not going to crew it fully ourselves.
Yeah, we'll put the headwear on, and that's enough of our contribution.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really dipping their toes in here. I can see how this could start to get dicey.
Yeah. I also thought it was an interesting cross between, you've got the guys who were in charge of the Navy during the colonial era, where they never had like any major like pushback against, and then you lose those like aristocratic royal appointments, and ABC is very well off and like from an upper. But it's like the vibe of the guy coming in versus the vibe of the guys being replaced when like actual war happens.
Yeah, I feel like that wear and tear, that it's not just the ships. I feel like the guys start to get that
like,
very quickly.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, we can't. It's not about like keeping things parade ready for when the king does an inspection. We're fighting comparable warships. We need everyone to be like tip top.
Yeah, at that point, it can't be about just the optics, which would seem the Italians lose the notion of. In World War II,
they never work that out.
Yeah, that seems to be something their forces didn't quite get a handle on.
The Italians, in a lot of ways, are like a big sign of the fake it till you make it doesn't work when the stakes are high.
Yeah, when it's an actual war, you can't actually do that.
It might deal with your imposter syndrome. It won't win you the Second World War.
Well, no, it creates imposter syndrome. It's not imposter syndrome, it's imposter.
That's it.
You're just an imposter. Fake.
Yep.
Well, what a little dip into the past that was.
Yeah.
I like a bit of naval adventure.
It has been fun, because that's another one I knew nothing about before we started this.
Yeah, I like finding out about these naval conflicts, because naval history, not something I've ever touched on.
Also, sailors seem like a weird breed.
Yeah, finding this this sort of collective of characters, and that push as well with the steam bursting out, and that's insane.
Because it's like you take your house to war, and it has to like keep it's like a mindset thing, I guess. It seems like completely alien to like where like deployed somewhere.
I guess the only other thing I can think of would be like a tank, where
you're sort of the base camp for that squad.
Yeah, you've got like a roaming.
That's
home.
A good point. Yeah,
but yeah, with a ship, it's bigger, and also with a tank, it's it's not great if your tank gets blown to smithereens and you survive. You're still kind of out there. But if you happen to
you're not like
lose the ship,
hypothermia / sharks.
Yeah, the ship goes when you're at sea. That's kind of it. So yeah, it's an interesting delve into that mindset as well.
Yeah.
Speaking of mindsets,
yes,
interesting ones at that. Today you've ruined my day. The sandstorm thing that rubbed me the wrong way.
Good.
I feel like I've been battered by the harsh desert winds myself. And because of that, it's your turn, Andy, well, and the fact that we alternate each week, to propose a segment for Common Ground. And now for something nicer. A little oasis in the war. It's time for some Common Ground. I'm trying the intro for Common Ground. I'm recording it. Maybe. So Common Ground is the segment each week in which we find a topic to discuss and agree on to make sure we stay friends in amongst this war of ours. And over to you, Andy. What's your idea?
Well, have you heard about these enhanced games that are going on?
I don't think so. I've heard of games, enhanced games,
okay,
not so much.
It's this thing that's happening in Vegas at the minute. And the idea is that athletes are allowed to do steroids and like performance-enhancing drugs.
Right.
But they have to like disclose what they're doing.
Yeah.
And the concept was we're going to like see what the like limits of humans can be if they're like chemically assisted as well.
Right.
And the plan was they were going to be like, we're going to beat all of the like Olympic world records. Like they won't count but like just to show the improvement.
Okay, yeah, I get the concept then.
The only one record that's been broken isn't even, one, they might have timed it wrong, and two, the guy wasn't even on drugs. He was just wearing a type of swimsuit that's banned in the Olympics.
Sorry, there's a super suit that you're not allowed to wear.
Yeah, that like reduces the drag by like 25% or something, like crazy.
So, just quickly then, before we get into that, why the fuck is that banned? That just seems like it's...
I think the standardize the costume, so it doesn't turn into like a material science arms race, and it's actually about
the swimmer themselves.
Yeah, rather than it's like, the US are trying to have like labs to create specific stuff. So like a guy from another country would never win type deal.
Well, you'd think maybe they just standardize the better version of the suit. Like the better suit is just
potentially, yeah.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
Then it makes everyone go faster. That's more interesting.
Yeah, I think that's the premise with these games, but it hasn't paid off. Anyway, my thing is these are dumb.
I'm inclined to agree.
But what wouldn't be dumb and what I have much more interest in is the enhanced games.
Right, okay.
I don't want to know how much steroids can help someone like run 100 meters. I want to know how detrimental like drinking a liter of vodka or eating 2 sheets of lasagna that have been left out overnight are to running 100 meters. And I want to do it with different things with different sports as well. And I just want to see like what is the peak of bad human performance.
Now, this is interesting because there's very few common ground ideas where I could personally be involved. Because I'm not a particularly athletic man, shall we say.
No.
I mean, you take a look at me and go, hey, this is a lean guy. Maybe he's a runner. No. Admittedly, I walk a lot. But if I tried to sprint anywhere, occasionally I have to, run for public transport. Yeah. It takes it out of me. Like, it absolutely knocks me for 9. I can't recover for like half an hour. And I don't think I'm asthmatic. I think I'm just really unhealthy. So I think I've smoked and vaped for quite a while. My diet is terrible. Although I've been picking up my diet recently.
You have. You've been on the upswing.
Today I had pasta, chicken, and broccoli for dinner.
Oh, good.
Surprising change.
Yeah.
Usually it would be something like 4 sausage rolls from Greg's.
Yes.
Now that would be great. I've got a great metabolism, but what's going on the inside? Absolutely shot.
You'll pay the piper eventually.
Always coming. So I would be interested in volunteering for this because I feel like I could just go a day in my normal life and then they could drop me into one of these events. And if I don't need to be... Can the everyman compete in this, or are we taking accomplished athletes?
Well, I think there's 2 versions here.
Okay.
One, I would like to kind of see accomplished athletes where it's like they're all hammered trying to do the hurdles.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
I think that would be funny. I think the other potential is you go in, you do all the events, and then like a week later, so you've got some time to recover, you then go and do them after having got hammered.
Oh, okay. And see what we could do then.
I want to know like what's worse just before a race, because that if I need to move fast, it's more useful to me to know choose between the lasagna and the vodka than it is to be like peptides would have helped you train for this.
Well, I like this because what we can do then, I'll propose another factor to this.
Yeah.
Is we have these 2 streams. We have the everyman and the pro athlete.
Yeah.
And we take them, first of all, in the sort of standard setting where you'll have the everyman have a very healthy week or month, as will the pro athlete naturally.
Yeah.
And you have them compete in normal Olympic conditions.
Yeah.
So you'll get probably a comparable time for an Olympic athlete that you usually would. And for the everyman, I imagine it'll be significantly worse than the Olympian.
Yes.
And then we put them in the enhanced games and see how much that bridges the gap.
Oh, like can a guy who gets drunk all the time at a certain level outperform an athlete who never drinks because of like they're an athlete?
Yes.
But at their like sport.
And maybe not even beat them, but just how far does that...
Like, the gap close. I like that as an element of this, yeah.
I'd like to see how close
you
they
don't
can
want
get.
to like force an athlete to be like completely ruin years of your training. So I was thinking the things where it's like, yes, it's bad, but you can like get back on track fairly quickly.
Yeah, you don't want it to destroy their career.
Yeah.
But maybe one who's open-minded enough to be like, I'll take a year out by doing a bad month and then seeing how I get on. So what are the conditions can we... I suppose let's pick an Olympic event and then pick a vice to put in there that's going to really enhance their experience. So, javelin. I think with javelin we have to do something with our eyesight.
No, for javelin. I think this is better. For javelin, you have to eat a tray of bacon with your bare hands just before you go out, so you're full and your hands are really greasy.
They're not allowed a towel.
No. It's part of it. This is a grip thing.
Tell you what, they're allowed to wipe their hand on their clothes, but that's it.
Yeah, they can be gross.
They can be a normal guy.
Yeah. I do also think the blindfolded javelin might be good.
I think as well, we need to change the environment. This, like, if we were doing a 100-meter sprint, this isn't going to be in a nice, sleek sort of Olympic.
No, I don't think they should let us do
land.
this in like an actual stadium for real athletics.
Well, I guess one, we shouldn't be allowed to. It's a disgrace. And two, I think it's much more entertaining if they have to step into the arena of the everyman. So instead, they're running down the streets of. I don't know. We're going to Birmingham for the live show. The streets of Digbeth in Birmingham. They have to sprint down there instead. Uneven streets, potholes, uneven pavement.
Yeah,
That's
put it
where
in
they have to sprint.
a non-tended environment.
Non-tended environment. And you know what? There's also pedestrians wandering about.
Yes.
Put them in a shopping centre where everybody's constantly getting in your way.
Doing this in a shopping centre is the way to do it. It all happens in the Mall of America. Or just like a huge... Like, it's also they can't leave while it's on.
Yes, they have to stay in there. It's like a Hunger Games type situation.
Yeah, because part of it is you're feeding yourself off the food court.
Oh, okay, so it's all contained within the super arena.
Yeah, like, you know how you have the Olympic Village?
Yeah.
You have the Hanst Mall.
Oh, yeah, I like this a lot. It does sound questionably similar to a Mr. Beast type video, but...
We don't have any money for people.
There is no prize to this.
This is about human performance.
This is for science. This isn't for wealth. This is going to provide the human race with answers that we need. Because you always get these people where they live to 100, and it's like, what was your secret? And it's like, oh, I just constantly ruined my body with chemicals and toxins.
Yeah, I smoke like 4 cigars a day since I was 12.
And I pour Pepsi down my gullet constantly, and I live to be older than most of the population. So we need to find out how this works.
Brian Johnson guy who wants to be immortal. He looks weird, like he's turned himself into a vampire.
I know Brian Johnson, the lead singer of AC/DC.
Is he Brian Johnson? You know the guy who wants to be immortal through science?
I know who you mean, yeah.
This is the antithesis of him.
I don't know, because I don't know what that guy's doing is particularly smart.
No.
I don't think it's working.
I saw someone repost a tweet of his recently where he was talking about the blood flow of his son's penis while he slept.
Why?
He was like, my son has 2-minute longer night erections than me. It's like, this doesn't feel like science.
No, this feels perverted.
Yeah.
This guy sounds like a bad guy. Yeah, I don't know. That immediately it changes the vibe altogether of this guy. I think that's not in the name of science. I think you're just a freak. I don't know.
But let's be honest about what we're doing. Yeah, we're having some fun and we're messing with some people.
Yeah, but the best thing is, I feel like this isn't something that's sort of laughing at athletes. I feel like it's bringing them in on a chance to be part of a wacky scheme.
Oh, yeah.
Which is the best part of Common Ground.
Yes.
It's where you can get other people in on it. It's fun to rag on people, but it's even more fun when you go, do you want to do this stupid thing? And they strap on the helmet and they go, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to jackass my life.
Yeah.
So javelin with a blindfold, with greasy bacon hands for another variant. Discus with just like rock. None of these like slick, well-made ones. You know, like when you go to a beach and you try to find a skimming stone.
You know what it should be. Because you know how you have to spin round loads?
Yeah.
It should be like 2 gallons of milk.
Just a nice green-capped semi-skim, just 4 litre, just lolling that in the air. And I think with that as well, you've got to try and spill as little as possible.
You've got to drink all the milk.
You've got to drink it?
Yeah. That's what was my thing. You drink the 2 gallons of milk.
Then just throwing an empty plastic container. That's not
and then you
anywhere.
throw a normal discus, but you've got 2, and you have to spin round fast. and you have 2 gallons of milk in your stomach.
I think you just want to make an Olympic athlete be sick.
Kinda. Or they might have to spin slower because they're nauseous, so it doesn't go as far. The effect on performance.
Do you think the spinning makes it go further?
Why else would they do it?
Flair?
I guess we'll work that out too.
At the live show, I'm going to, or already have, span round very quickly before the show. It's not going to make me go faster.
It's just going to be dizzy for the whole show.
I think it'll add a fun bit of flair. It also means that if anything goes wrong in the show, I can blame it on that.
Yeah.
That's important.
Oh, yeah.
And that's part of the fun with this performance. It means that you could realistically go in, and if it goes bad, it's like, well, what did you expect?
Yeah.
I was never going to do well with this one. This one was fucked from the start. You sabotaged me.
Yeah.
It's a bad idea, but it's a good idea. It's a fun one.
Yeah.
I like the idea of the Dehanst Mall. I like the idea of trapping these athletes in there with the everyman and seeing who comes out on top.
Seeing if we could bring them, not them down and then the non-athletes meet them in the middle. Can we bring them both down to the rock pond?
And I also think, just to add some stakes to it, for every time one of the everymen beats an Olympic athlete,
they qualify for the Olympics.
That won't work. The athlete loses one of their medals.
Oh, they have to put a medal on the line?
Yes. So they lose a medal if this goes wrong. But if they manage to succeed at this,
they get to take some kind of accolade from the non-athlete, even if it's like, oh, you won a spelling bee in year 8. You get to take some kind of trophy or medal off them.
Yeah, you get that bonus at work that year, or that company car. I think this is a great idea. I think it teaches humility, and I think it encourages cooperation.
And it'll draw numbers for people watching.
It will. This is a great... BBC, if you're listening, you've got this hoo-ha about the BBC license fee, the TV license. This is the way to get people back on board. Make some real television that the people want.
Oh, of course, yeah. Because also, if they're in the mall for the month, you can have a sort of reality aspect to it as well.
Yeah, you've got the in-between bits.
The sort of Big Brother Love Island thing in between the events. And because they're drinking a lot for this,
you're going to get hijinks.
Very belligerent.
Yeah, Dehanst Mall After Hours. It's the after show. It's a 4-hour episode every night, and it's them just going about their business. I think that would be great.
Yeah.
We did a common ground quite a while ago now, and it was that television studios should have to lottery off the chance for someone to make a TV show every year or so.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
And I think this is one of those opportunities. So
I think this shouldn't be part of the
this.
raffle. I think they should just greenlight this and also do a raffle.
Well, I'm going to, if I win that raffle, if that raffle ever manifests and I win it, I'm going to use it for this.
Oh, nice.
So I'm combining these two common grounds. So there we go. We've got another
crossover. We rarely
crossover.
agree this well. We've agreed 2 common grounds.
We put them together. I think that's brilliant because we've got a live show coming up, Andy. We've got to be together and united for that.
Yeah.
So I suppose for now we'll head off. We'll get our rest. We'll get prepared. And I've been James.
I've been Andy. Stay subtle, humble, and brave.
In those real queasy deserts of your mind. Watch out for that milk.